Welcome to Lightbulb, the place to share ideas. My name is Steven Zuniga.
My teammates would be Jonathan Padilla.
And my name is Richmond Duffy.
This is our project overview. Our project, or an app, is essentially a creation to help people connect and share ideas. Here, people can share their expertise with others who are just starting with a new vision. This application is designed to help seek assistance in issues that a user may have, and it can contact the community to find solutions. Our intended users: people who are trying to crowdsource ideas, get information, or find ways to make improvements on their project. Commenters who would like to share their knowledge and information that they've gathered through personal experience are also an important resource. And third would be our passive users. Passive users can browse the site for ideas, and due to the open nature of the site, personal interaction would not be necessary. Meaning by this is if they were to browse and use the search function or just look at the dialogue in the comment sections, they might be able to find the answer that they're looking for without having to do much else.
And these are entities. We use the user entity, also a comment entity, and a keyword entity. A user entity is one-to-many comments relationship. And also in the middle, as you can see, we have a comments, keyword, and a join table. That has a many-to-many relationship between the comment and the keyword. Referring to keyword could relate to multiple comment searches, and so can comment do otherwise. These are the technologies we use: Google Sign-in Authentication, Spring Server Backend, SquareUp Retrofit in Picasso, Facebook, Stepto, Reactive X as well.
Our current state. The current state at the moment, we have a user sign-in with Google Authentication. We're able to create comments and replies. We have a keyword search function, and we have a hierarchical comment organization that adds more usability. Our future goals would be the ability to delete comments, a comment rating system that would be part of the moderation, and save comments to a user profile, and create a search function directly on the dialog page rather than through the navigation drawer.
So let's get started. When you open the application, you'll see that it takes you directly to a Google sign-in page. Currently, at the moment, that would be the way to sign in, and we use the Google OAuth system to create the credentials. Here, you would see this little yellow round launcher icon. This is a project that one of our teammates, Jonathan Padilla, had the great insight to take advantage of the resources that Deep Dive Coding has, which was to reach out to the digital media team, and he had one of their people create that icon for us. Let's go ahead and sign in. This is the landing page once you sign in for Lightbulb. If you were to open the hamburger drawer here and take you to the navigation header, you will see my face, my email, and my name. And this is the information that gets updated according to the sign-in on a dynamic level to each person. So your Google information will display here accordingly. If you were to click on recent conversations, it will take you back to the homepage, as you will see the discussion forums that are being created. Do note that we created a specific or a typography to where we italicize date and time, subject, and then the thread or the discussion, followed by the author and some keywords. We do know that some conversations do run long, and we created a system of indentations and this graphic image right here to indicate replies to help with the organizational structure. On the same fragments, you would also note that we have reply buttons and an expansion button for comments that are too long that can be cut off with an ellipsis. That way it doesn't take up too much real estate. So if we were to expand, you would see that the ideas or the messages can grow, and we could bring them back down. The button for reply would take you to a reply section. And here at the bottom right, we have a floating action button where we can create new discussions. If you were to look here, you would see that we have a keyword word bank that can be assigned to each discussion. This can be changed, of course, And the reason we created that was it facilitated our search function. If you were to go to the navigation drawer again and go to the search, you will see that you are able to look up threads or discussions based on that keyword that's been attached to. So idea being one of the keywords. Or not. There we go. So I typed in business, and it brought up certain discussions pertaining to that keyword. We do have two additional features that we have yet to develop: My Conversation and Settings. On My Conversation, you will be able to look up records of what you have posted in the past, like a message history, and Settings would be settings that you could change for other things that we have yet to set up. In the top right, you will see we have a sign out button. You can close out the app and you'll be finished. Thank you very much.
I'll be talking about our app, which is Lightbulb. After downloading it, you'll basically go into your application right here, and then you would select it. After selecting it, this will be the landing page. At the moment, we currently just use Google sign-in authentication only. None of the others are being implemented yet, but in the future, we will implement other authentication as well. For instance, Facebook. So you go ahead and sign in, and as you can see, you see my name here with my account, Google account. I'll go ahead and sign in and use my account. Okay, so what I'll be talking mostly about is just the replying to a conversation. So basically, an author will post, which you'd see the recent conversation or post, and you can go ahead and reply to it. In replying to it, let's go ahead and select a different post and comment to it. So for instance, we'll go ahead and select this right here, which talks about, well, basically this is just the subject or the topic that you'll be posting about. So previously, if you look at the conversation, it said it ran out within, well, I guess spelling mistake, a matter of days. But yeah, we'll go ahead and basically reply to that by saying that's true. And over here, so basically it shows the response, it shows the subject, which is right here. It shows the author as well, which is me, who is currently replying. And these are the keywords that could be changed at any time that you want. You can actually implement it by selecting it. That way, if you go into a search menu on into a search layout, you can actually find this post right here by typing in idea. All right, with that being said, I will go ahead and hit OK. And as you can see, we just replied to this right here. All right, so I'll go ahead and further explain a little bit of how this works on the background, on the back end. So with the back end, we have a Spring Boot database that we had created our own selves. The team actually created it. We made it in such a way that we will be able to pull, or should I say save, whatever information that is typed into the app. We actually used a server or authentication to connect, or should I say link, the app to the server, which we are happy about. The team actually, we are able to learn really quick. We catch onto things so fast, which is amazing. I'm glad I have this team. We work better together. We are a team. We work really well together. So that'll be it for me on here. Again, my name is Richmond, and thank you.
Here I'm going to present to you sections of our dialog fragments. One of the issues that we had to deal with in our dialog fragment was to create a hierarchical system that allowed indentation to showcase where a comment was corresponding to a different comment to help with the organizational structure. So we added indentation of the text all together with this graphic of a line that pointed to it that would indicate a reply to a comment and also a reply to create a thread base. One issue that we did come across that was unique to this particular project was, what do we do if a comment or reply is far too large to be displayed on the screen? And how do we deal with that taking too much real estate? So what we decided to do is we created an excerpt to minimize or create a fragment that would be followed by an ellipsis to showcase that there would be more to speak. If we also added an expansion button so you could actually see the rest. The way we did that was we created a regular expression pattern with a capture of a word group. And we did it with a capture and a non-capture of 20 words plus 5. So we can create a buffer. In such a case, we did that too, where if the user, say, submitted 21 word groups, we wouldn't have a fragment to where you expand it and then you would just expand it and you have just one word group. So given that 5, we would really actually kind of create a buffer where it would really be 25. Once past 25, then it would actually create this excerpt to make it a little bit more practical to where your time isn't necessarily wasted by doing that. Thank you.
And I would like to thank you for joining us on our presentation of Team Lightbulb. Our thanks from my teammate Richmond Buffy, Jonathan Padilla, and myself, Steven Zuniga. Have a great day.